It is true that some Democrats are refusing to support a continuing resolution to open the government, but why should they? The Trump administration has made unprecedented use of rescission authority to claw back spending that has been duly appropriated by Congress. A resolution approving any rescissions can then pass the Senate by majority vote. Republicans are refusing to attach anti rescission language to any legislation to keep the government open. And Trump has signaled to members of the House Freedom Caucus that there is no need to push for spending cuts because he can do rescissions at will. Wow. Democrats propose extending tax credits, a form of spending not subject to rescission, to make health insurance plans cheaper. But Republicans rejected it, saying it costs too much money. That's all fair enough. Republicans won majorities fair and square. If they don't want to spend money on health insurance because they think it's a better spent on a White House ballroom, a bailout of Argentina, or payoffs to farmers hurt by the Trump trade war, then that's their right. But why should Democrats vote for legislation that, by design, doesn't reflect any of their ideas or input, right? Traditionally, appropriations legislation has been bipartisan and negotiated between the chairs and ranking members of the relevant subcommittees in both chambers. This time around, House Republicans simply refused to engage in such a process. Their view was they could pass the party line bill, skip town, and then count on Senate Republicans to support their legislation. That's exactly what's happened. So now Republicans' idea is that having written and passed a bill on a purely partisan basis, Senate Democrats should vote for it to avert a shutdown. But why would Democrats want to do that? More to the point, what exactly is the Republican logic here? They are essentially insisting that the Democrats support a budget process they were excluded from. Bananas, how you Republicans think. Of course, if Republicans don't want to do the appropriations on the basis of party line votes, that's fine. The solution then is to return to a bipartisan process, which in this case would mean making concessions to Democrats on rescissions and or healthcare. Alternatively, if they don't want to make any concessions, that's also fine. The consequences then are they don't get any Democratic their votes. That's common sense. In a parliamentarian system, that would be the end of the story. Republicans have concurrent majorities, so they would just write partisan spending bills and pass them. Democrats would complain, and eventually there would be an election. Instead, we are living through a peculiarly American key fob in which Republicans pretend they need Democratic votes to end a shutdown because they are hoping to divide the opposing party.